No, Saul, we're not going to talk about Azul Tabelis. Happy drop 40. You should have gone
Friday. Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always by Shawn DePaz.
Yeah, you
Shane
are.
Diefenbach
is
on a plane, so he is not with us.
Oh, he's on a plane
today.
right now? When's he get back?
This evening.
Does he have a ride home?
I'm sure.
I took him, though. No. I took him.
That's how we're starting. We're starting the show. I took him, though. That's my man,
you got
though.
nothing
That's
on
how you
me.
said that. You know that? That's how you said it.
That's
Like,
what I know.
I took my man to
I
the
took him
airport. That's
first.
exactly what you said.
I took him first. You can have him.
I love
I
it.
have him. You know,
I
I got
love
him Monday through Wednesday, Friday. You got him on the weekends.
We honestly hang out with him more than Leah probably does.
I mean, damn near. Although I think I might hang out with Leo more than he does too. So that's what happens when you're here all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. How's your Friday been so far?
My
man?
hair's a little bit of a mess. We had one hell of a TPSP.
Thank you for saying it properly.
Yeah. Earlier today, Kyrie might be a Sun.
That'd be great.
But I don't care because Jaden Rashad is a Sun Devil, and that's all that really matters.
There we go. He is a Sun Devil.
Yes.
And there are several other players who could be Sun Devils in the 2024 class. Kenny and company wasted no time.
For real.
Like, literally, it was the evening of National Signing Day, and Rashad Samples, the way this man, like, tweets, it is so, like, just, like the energy.
A young adult?
But just
Like the guys he's recruiting?
It's like, y'all want me to drop some more news? Or y'all want me to go to bed? Or you want me to drop some news? Like, what, dude? Like, he knows he's got it like that.
No,
though.
for real. But I mean, like we talked about this before. That's why he is who he is. That's why he's such a great recruiter, because he's young, he's fun, he's way more relatable to these players than guys like, I'm not going to name names, but Brian Billick, Herm Edwards, all of those guys that were on that roster last year.
Sir.
Like it is just not the same. It's a whole new energy, whole new vibe, one that young guys can relate to way more. And you see that in like everything that these guys do, like just the way that they tweet and stuff. They tweet like young people. And
I've never seen a coaching staff this active on social media.
dude, like I've said before, it's almost annoying. Because I have Kenny's tweet notifications on, and it's every 30 seconds he's retweeting some kid saying he got an offer from Charlotte. And it's like,
Who we all know is not going to end up in Charlotte.
right? But it's
It's
Kenny
like
being
flex.
Kenny.
It's such a flex to retweet, like when a kid that you've already offered is like tweeting out, "Oh, I got an offer from Ole Miss, or I got an offer from TCU," and Kenny's, I know he's sitting on his couch somewhere, and he's just like, "Oh, but you are gonna come here. You're gonna be a Sun Devil, and it's gonna be okay."
Mm-hmm.
And like it's like ASU's never had this before. They've never had a coaching staff that I feel like works around the clock the way that this group does in terms of recruiting, right? Because recruiting, it hasn't always been like the most important part of college football, I would say.
Yeah.
But over the last decade, 15 years, now with NIL too, like recruiting is how you win.
Yeah. I mean, recruiting, I guess, has always been
an important
but
part.
It's important in a very different way now. And yeah, no, I agree with you. It's just, and I mean, we talk about how young this roster is. Like, I guess, or this coaching staff, I guess, not to the credit, but to the defense of Herm, those were old dudes. Like, some of those guys just don't have
old dudes.
Like, Donnie does not have the energy to be doing the stuff that these young guys, these young coaches are doing. Like, it's just different. So it's them being young works on so many different levels. It's amazing. Like, I was talking to you about this. I don't think there's another person on the planet. Like, you could hire Nick Saban, and he's not getting the Valley activated. Like, he doesn't have the passion for the school the way Kenny and these guys do.
Absolutely.
It's just a whole different animal.
And I do want to get into the 2024 class because there's already been a commit. And there are several more unofficial visits that are going to be taking place. I believe the first ones are scheduled for March is what I saw. So we'll get into two players. We're going to get into Colin Simmons here in a little bit. And there's some interesting ties to Colin Simmons with Arizona State. So stay tuned. We're going to get into that. But first, I want to start talking about the guy that's already committed here, Elijah Baesa. He's a receiver. This is a guy that, if he was in the 2023 class, would have been one of the highest graded guys to commit to ASU outside of Jaden Rashada. So for Arizona State to already go get a guy of this caliber, again, in a span of 60 days, 65, whatever, like, it says a lot. And Shawn,
Yeah.
I don't know how much tape you've seen of this guy, but we've got some highlights of Elijah here. We already know how well Elijah Badger plays at Arizona State, but look what this kid can do, man. Not only is he a receiving threat, but he is also a special teams guy too. He immediately wins
off the line of scrimmage. He literally just ran right past the defensive back.
Right off the line of scrimmage. No, dude, and he's not the biggest receiver, right? He's not going to blow you away with his size. He's not like a 6'4" guy. I want to say he's about 6'1", but here's what I'm talking about in terms of special teams, right? The vision that he already has as a high schooler. Mind you, he's got one more season.
Number 7 just laid the fucking boom on somebody. I'm sorry.
He's got one more season too to really improve and grow his game as a high schooler. And again, this is my favorite play that's on this highlight reel because he shows you exactly why he's already got an offer from Arizona State. To high point a ball like that, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah. This is a guy, I think we talk a lot about kind of the playmakers and stuff like that. And this guy obviously has that kind of ability to have a guy that can, you have 2 guys on him. He's going to go up and high point the football like that. And then also can play a role in special teams, just like not even getting touched. Crazy. He looks like he's going in slow motion. Like it's a good haul. And you have to imagine that getting a quarterback like Jaden Rashada helped in his decision to commit here. Like you have somebody to throw the football. Yeah. Now you got somebody to catch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a year. So it is really exciting just to see. Like we've never really had doubts about them being able to get running backs, whatever. But the wide receiver, like last year, was a massive concern. To see that they are attacking that position specifically is very encouraging to me.
Yeah, and you look at some of the wide receivers that are already on this Arizona State roster, whether they be transfers or guys that have already been a part of Sun Devil football, right? It's not necessarily the youngest position group that the Sun Devils have. So you go get a guy that could potentially be your future at that position. And to your point about Jaden Rashada, right? Like, this is just a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Like the expectation is you're going to get a bunch of skill guys because you have a guy of Rashada's caliber committing to the program.
And if he balls out next year, like it's going to be even more so. Like you're going to get even higher. You're going to get transfers, all that to come here to play.
This guy's your speed demon, man. Yeah. That guy right there is your speed demon. And something that we haven't even talked about, right? But like Arizona State in terms of punt returns, kick returns, over the last handful of years, they haven't been very good. So you go get a guy that could contribute in that part of the game would be absolutely massive.
Yeah, no, it is to have a kind of a versatile guy like that with that kind of speed and stuff like that is very encouraging. I think you're going to start seeing more and more of that. Like you're going to see these high skill guys want to be a part of this program, and that is, I feel like I use this word a lot, which is really encouraging. Yeah, because I'm trying not to get too. Like I texted y'all after this dropped. I'm like, is this team going to be good? And like, I'm trying to stay away from that because we saw what happened last year. I drank the Kool-Aid and it was poison. But like I have said on a number of occasions, I've said on a number of occasions, this is just up until this point, they've done everything right. And this plays into that. So to see that they're already getting this kind of start in 2024 is let them keep putting it in work. I think we're going to get more and more.
LTC in the chat, phone goes off at 10 p.m. Could be DoorDash, could be another 4-star, man.
Legit.
It is what it is. Hopefully those 4 stars turn into 5 stars too next season. That'd be nice.
And then
going from 4-star to 5-star.
7 stars.
Let's talk about Colin Simmons for a second here. He's set for an unofficial visit to Arizona State in March. He's a 5-star edge rusher, number 3 player in the country, number 1 player out of Texas. We already know Texas football. If you are familiar with
they
college football, Texas high school football is the best there is.
They do that thing over there. They do that football in Texas. And to be the best in the state, probably pretty good at football.
And so let me tell y'all a little something about Colin Simmons. Okay, so I saw it that it came out. This is a guy plays at Duncanville High School, and I'm like, this sounds super familiar. Why does this high school sound super familiar? So I do a little bit more digging, and what do I find?
What do you find?
I find that the head football coach at Duncanville High School, where Colin Simmons, the number 1 prospect out of Texas, plays.
What's his last name?
Samples.
Oh, any relation?
He is the father of ASU wide receiver coach Rashad Samples.
Oh, well, would you look at that?
Would you look at that? It's almost like ASU has a chance.
Oh, and he retweeted you?
He did.
You got your boys now?
He did. Oh, dude, me and Simmons.
Show?
Big boys.
Get him on the show. I mean, I got to say it every time someone comes from this region of the country. North Texas boy, shout out. I'm from that Dallas area, like yours truly. It's funny. I never put on for Texas until the time comes that I can put on for Texas. Then I put on for Texas. But yeah, dude, I think, from a defensive perspective, getting a guy who is just like a dog like that can be a game, like an edge rusher who's a dog that's a game breaker.
Yeah,
like that immediately elevates your defense and makes everyone on the line better, because offensive lines are going to have to respect a guy like this. If you can start getting guys like that, you want to talk about elevating this program. That's a whole 3-4 steps higher, starting to get the best pass rusher in the country, or one of the best pass rushers in the country. It is, man.
If you get him, I said in the group chat, I'm like, if they go get Colin Simmons, Ray Anderson, you're going to need to call Kenny in your office, and Samples, and BC, and Jason Mons. Give them all lifetime contracts.
Yeah, and then, honestly, Michael Crow's going to have to call Ray into his office and give him a lifetime contract. And then, I don't know, who's the governor of Arizona? I don't even give a shit. They're going to have to come down and give Michael Crow a lifetime contract. Katie Hobbs, that's
there
right.
you go.
I didn't know if that was final yet or whatever. Who cares? I'm not getting into all that.
You don't want to get into politics?
But I don't even know if that's not how that works. The governor doesn't just give fucking Michael Crow a contract.
Well, it's not the governor; it's the Board of Regents.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care who it is. I'll give Michael Crow a lifetime contract in that situation. Number one in innovation, right? But nah, for real. Like it is. Oh my god,
it would be amazing. It'd be amazing. And Simons is not the only Duncanville High School football player that is set for an unofficial visit. There are a handful of others that tweeted it out. It seemed very planned that the evening of National Signing Day, a handful of guys decided that they were going to announce that they were having unofficial visits to Arizona State. Again, and it shows you that this group of coaches is so committed to the program and building something, right? It would have been very, very easy for any coach in college football to go get a 4/5-star quarterback that honestly people didn't think you had a chance at a handful of months ago, to call it a day after that.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, your 2023 class is wrapped up. Like, that's National Signing Day. But no, it is, okay, 2023, done. What do we got for 2024?
Yeah.
What do we got for 2025?
Yeah. I mean, specifically looking at Simmons, this is a kid who's getting offered from Alabama. But, I mean, you look at the roster outlook, that Alabama's supposed to have 25 edge rushers on the roster to Arizona State's 17. Yeah. So, like...
he's got 45 offers.
But, I mean, think back to when you went to college. I mean, I guess I can't speak for you, but, like...
Oh God, let's get into
but I mean, like Arizona State, I can't really speak to because I did it sight unseen. Like I came out here during the pandemic, so I didn't get a chance to tour the campus before. But like when I was a senior or junior, or whatever, in college, and I was touring college campuses, like I went around a lot of them and I liked them. And then I went to Syracuse and I'm like, oh no, this is like I feel it here. Like it's a feeling, and I feel like when you're a recruit like this, like that's a lot of what it comes down to. Is you get there and you have to like you'll know, you'll feel like if it feels like home. If you like the coaches, and he likes one samples already, why not like the other? Take all the samples. It seems so clear to me now that kids are coming to ASU and they can just kind of feel something. They feel that Kenny magic, sometimes literally when he's doing card tricks. But like, I don't know. There also there's kids who want to make their own path. You can go to Alabama. You'll probably make it to the NFL. Obviously, that's what everybody wants. Come out here and be one of the greatest ASU players of all time, potentially.
Yeah. I mean, ASU hasn't had an edge rusher like Colin Simmons. I brought up his name in the past, but Karan Crump wasn't a high-level like recruit the way Simmons is, but he was the best ASU edge rusher, in my personal opinion, since Terrell Suggs. So to have a guy even consider Arizona State at, the number one prospect in Texas,
I believe
it's crazy.
He would be the highest. He would be the highest rated recruit in ASU history.
Colin Simmons.
Yes, as of right now, he's listed as a 9938 or something like that, or 99 something. As of right now, Vontez Burfict's the highest rated recruit. He was a 9935. So,
hey, if I'm Kenny, I'm calling Terrell Suggs.
Yes,
hey,
yes. 100%.
I need let's quote unquote activate the Valley together. Yeah. Right? Like, if anybody is going to help go get an edge rusher from Texas, one of the best in the nation, it's got to be one of the greatest pass rushers of all time in Toronto.
Yeah. I mean, Alabama has those guys too, so I'm sure there's plenty of people. But like, you look at the other schools: Auburn, Arizona,
Oregon, Nebraska, Ohio State, Oklahoma State, Purdue, SMU, TCU, Tennessee, Texas A&M. He's got 45 offers, guys.
Yeah.
So ASU is one of many here. However, and we've said this, dude. The ties to Arizona make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
The ties that Kenny Dillingham had to Arizona played a role in him becoming the head coach here. Jaden Rashada, the ties that he had to Arizona State played a role in him coming here. Guess what? Colin Simmons, his tie to Arizona State, just so happens to be the head football coach of his high school right now.
Yeah, shit, dude. If I'm his dad, listen, I could never be like in the Samples' situation because if I'm Papa Samples, I am doing everything in my power just to help my son. Mm-hmm. I'm rocking maroon and gold at practice every day. I'm dropping hoodies and stuff in his locker room. Probably illegal, but I don't give a shit because I'm trying to help my family. Like
respect, yo.
And, hey, I'm family first.
100%.
It's gonna be. You have all these other schools that he has chances to, but there's only one where the head coach of the most important person in his football career right now is the father of a coach on one of the schools. Like, you're gonna ask him about schools. He might have ideas about the University of Texas or Alabama. Oh, you want to know about Arizona State? Let me call my son real quick and ask him about it because he coaches there.
Who's not just like any coach. This is a guy that was just coaching for the Los Angeles Rams in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not just some nobody. Rashad Samples, and we brought this up. Let's transition into this for a second here. Moving past the class of 2024, and this is almost a negative thing to have to talk about.
Yeah.
But like, there are a lot of coaches that I feel like already have a lot of pull on this team. Mm-hmm. And I'd love Rashad Samples, BC, Jason Mons, Brian Ward to be here for a really long time. However, if things go really, really well, I can't imagine a scenario where Rashad Samples is on this roster or is on this coaching staff for more than 2 seasons.
At least in the position he is. Yeah. Right. But yeah, and it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, it's a good problem to have because if you have highly coveted people, that means they're doing pretty good at their job.
Yeah.
But on the other side, like you said, it would suck to lose them. But that's why you got to go do it right now. Go get these dogs while you can, while they're still a part of this coaching staff. And I think that's one thing. I mean, we were already talking about it, that I really appreciate about Kenny and the staff is they are not wasting any time because you don't know how much time you have. That sounds way deeper than that's supposed to, but I mean. That,
amen,
but also,
bro. Amen.
But you also just don't know how much time you have to make these moves with the roster as it's currently constructed. So you put that work in. Yeah, I don't think you can. We talked about it. You cannot overestimate the value of Rashad Samples and what this program has done over these last 2 months.
Absolutely, absolutely. I do want to transition from ASU football to ASU basketball, but before we do that, I want to tell you guys about OGs. Guys, it is official. Strawberries and cream is hitting the shelves soon. As always, you can find them at your local dispensary. You do got to be 21 or older to enjoy. Sean, last night.
I was glad that I was going to see. I was going. People joke about like seeing God. This motherfucker became God.
OGs had me. I felt like I was in a Disney movie last night. That's OG. I took 2, and I'm usually like a 1. Give me 1 gummy, and I'm chilling.
I'm vibing.
No, I decided to take 2 because you and Damon took 2, and I'm like, I mean, I can't take 1 when you guys are each having. Nah, I just can't work like that. So I took another one. I don't know if I have ever had an out-of-body experience the way OGs had me feeling yesterday.
Hey, take OGs responsibly. They got that. That's why they got the microdoses, so you can work your way up to Totri's level. You don't got to go jump in with two feet. Yeah,
you can just dip your toe in.
Just dip your toe in. Take 1 of the microdose. Next time, take 2. Then take 3. Then take a full-size one.
And then just see how many you take.
Listen, I'm not going to front with y'all. I'm a weed guy. I smoke a lot. But the problem is that I've been smoking a lot, and I feel shitty in the morning. Like, I feel very groggy and all that shit. I didn't feel that this morning because I took the OGs last night, and I felt like it was one of the best mornings I've had in a long time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt good. Check them out. OGs, get them in you.
21 plus to enjoy, guys. Just remember.
You also have to be 21 plus to enjoy the DraftKings Sportsbook app. The streets are saying the greatest sports event of all time. I said it the other day. I might make this a thing. I don't care. If we tell you to do something, just fucking do it. Listen to us.
He said this yesterday.
I'm the captain now. Oh shit, that was yesterday. Just listen to us. Eat some OGs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Just do it. Because the Super Bowl is here.
Yes, sir.
And the Super Bowl, as fun as it is, but you can make the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl can start even earlier when you're betting on the coin toss and the national anthem. That's the words I was looking for. Thank you. It's fun.
You got there.
I got them, buddy. So yeah, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code PHNX. New customers can bet $5 on Super Bowl 57 and get $200 in free bets instantly. Only at the DraftKings Sportsbook app with promo code PHNX. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void in Ohio. Sorry, Ohio. Not really, because you suck. See show notes for details. I'm going to say that again, just in case we get into any legal trouble for saying Ohio sucks in the middle of a disclaimer.
There you go.
Eligibility restrictions apply. Void in Ohio. See show notes for details.
Ohio does suck.
Ohio does suck, though. I hate that state. That's like the fifth time I've said that today.
Yeah. Well, it's everything about Ohio.
When you get a chance to
it's a bottom 5 state.
Oh, no. Not bottom 5. It sucks, but not bottom 5.
Give me your bottom 5.
Utah.
Oh,
Utah. Sorry, David Rodish, anti-Wyoming.
You been to Wyoming?
No. I have not.
Okay.
Have you?
No.
Okay, good.
I do have to go to Wyoming for a wedding, though, this year. Not excited about it.
Who's your date? Jeffree Star? Anyways. God,
I wish there was alcohol in this.
What are we talking about?
Basketball.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about ASU basketball for a second. Wyoming. There's a game tomorrow at DFA. ASU, Oregon. ASU has beat that ass the last 3 times. Am I wrong?
Pause.
I can't remember the scores of the other 2 before that, but I know the last time they did.
Yes. 90-73 the last time these 2 teams played on January 12th. Des Cambridge dropped 21. Dev Cambridge dropped 14.
Thank God.
Warren dropped 10. And you want to know what the outlier was? DJ Horn scoring 15.
I'll take it.
If DJ Horn can score 15 points tomorrow, does ASU win?
Oh, I mean, I would have to hope so. But I mean, unless fucking Dev Cambridge has like the biggest dunk of his career and then they don't score for the last 5 minutes of the game, then his performance is irrelevant. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, no, you'd have to imagine that if DJ is getting back into DJ form, because at this point I think the team has kind of had to adapt to the fact that DJ has not been performing, and so they've been relying a lot on Dez and Dev. You add another scorer to that mix, this team's deadly. Yeah, I think that's always been the biggest problem with this team is the offense and not knowing where it's coming from, the lack of consistency. The more and more scoring options you have, the better. So if DJ is on, I have a hard time believing that this team loses.
Yeah, and you look at Oregon over their last 6 games since they lost to Arizona State. They've kind of turned it around. They're 4-2 since the loss to ASU with the win over Arizona, and their 2 losses are 1 to U of A and then 1 to Stanford, who we know is just a weird basketball team at this point.
And that U of A game, I know we're going to talk about it, but Julius Tubelis had one of the greatest games of his. No, he had the greatest game of his career. One of the best college basketball performances I've seen in a long time.
How many did he finish with?
40, 9 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 assists, and a block. Man was a dog, and he like stopped trying basically. Like he was passing the ball when he had 40
You know
points.
how crazy it is to score 40 in a college basketball game?
Yeah, it was. I think he could have had 50. He just like stopped being aggressive near the end of the game.
I just want to real quick. So Julius Tubelis had how many points last night?
40.
Cal played Colorado last night.
Mhm.
They only scored 46 as a team.
That's tragic, dude.
First Wildcat to score 40 points since Damas Stoudemire in 1995. In men's basketball.
I don't remember asking, but thank you.
Damn.
Just trying to, add to the conversation, but I guess shut up.
No,
I don't shut up.
we just don't like the.
I don't like U of A.
So back to the Ducks.
So I mean, I think the reason I brought that up is to say, like, I think Will Richardson had like 23 points or something last night. So I guess a player going off doesn't ultimately matter that much if someone else on the other team has the game of their careers.
You just got to be better.
You just got to be better. The Ducks team is going to come in hungry, right? They lost to U of A last night. They're definitely not happy about it. I'm going to go on and say that. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be it's a very different game than the last one. The two teams are in pretty different spots than they were the last time. So it's going to be intriguing. I don't think this is going to be easy. I don't think we're going to see anything like the game we saw last time. Because like you said, Oregon's definitely turned it around. They've been playing significantly better basketball.
And ASU, on the other hand, has struggled. That's
yes. So it's going to be a hell of a game. And I believe Bill Wallen might be calling the game. And they're playing a team in the PNW. Weird things are bound to happen.
Yeah, it's a must-win game tomorrow. 8 p.m. tip. Get out there, go to DFA, support the team. Obviously, fan attendance, as we talked about yesterday, wasn't fantastic, but that's as expected given the way that the Sun Devils have played over the course of the last 4 or 5 games and change. This is a must-win game, and I was talking with Peter earlier today about it, right, is you've got a handful of games left.
Leah's out here trying to make me feel bad. I'm sorry. The chat's making me feel bad.
You deserve it.
You agreed with me.
Yeah, but I just play size here. Okay, come.
All right.
So you got to win this game strictly because you look down the stretch.
Yeah.
Right. You've got this. This would be a massive win to sweep Oregon for the second straight season. Then you've got Stanford, which we know is a weird game.
Yeah.
You have to. I feel like you have to win that one. You have to beat Cal. If you lose to Cal, I've already said it. Blow it up. You've got to beat Colorado, and then you've got your real test.
Yeah.
Right. You've got your Utah, UCLA, Arizona, and USC. The conversation Peter and I had earlier today about it was even if you beat Oregon and you win those next handful of games, right? This team still doesn't have a signature win. They don't have a win that the committee and that everybody can point to at the end of the season of like, hey, this is why this team deserves to be like in the tournament. Because Michigan sucks. Creighton hasn't lived up to their expectations. And you've still got a couple of bad losses on this.
Very, very bad losses.
On this schedule, right? So I think, let's assume you beat Oregon. I think at that point, you can afford... If you beat Oregon, you have to win the next 4.
Yes, I agree.
And then you have to win one of those final 3. You have to beat either USC, Arizona, or UCLA to get your signature win.
Yeah.
And even then, I think you'd probably need to win one game in the Pac-12 tournament.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's always a chance they get that signature win in the Pac-12 tournament.
Yeah.
But you don't want to have to wait until the last second. That's for damn sure. I mean, I think out of the games leading up to those last 3, I think you might be able to get away with losing one if that loss is to Oregon or Utah.
It's got to be a good loss.
I think it's got to be to Oregon or Utah. But I would agree with you that generally speaking, you want to win all of these games up until you get to those last 3 because there's a chance you lose all 3 of them.
Yeah.
I think they can beat USC depending on what kind of basketball they're playing at the time.
USC just has their number, dude.
Yeah, USC has just been playing really good basketball. There's no reason to expect that they're going to beat U of A in McAllen. It just doesn't really happen.
That'd be nice, though.
It would be really... I was thinking about that last night because they were talking about their record at McAllen, and I was just like, I would really like to beat them there. That'd be really cool.
I'd just like to beat them.
And then UCLA are a bunch of dogs, but this team plays UCLA. They've played UCLA really hard over this obviously earlier this year. They upset them last year. So I'm not saying it's impossible. Like anything is possible, but I definitely think you need to. For me to feel comfortable, you got to win out up until you get to UCLA, U of A, USC.
Yeah, which would include a Utah team.
Yeah.
That just lost to Stanford last night.
Mm-hmm.
So
it would include a Stanford team that beat Utah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Pac-12. Anything can happen, and we know that Arizona State hasn't played their best basketball as of late. It was nice to just get back on track and get a win in the column last night.
The reality is that last night was not great basketball. It was not. It was not. It didn't blow me away.
But a win's a win.
Yeah,
a win's a win.
You needed it, but I'm just saying in terms of like them playing. They're not playing. They still have yet over the last 5 games to play the basketball they were playing for the majority of the season up to that point. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Absolutely, you're going to need some dogs to show up to DFA on Saturday. And while we're talking about the doggos, let's talk about...
Put a dog in your pocket.
Underdog Fantasy. Put a dog in your pocket?
Yeah, underdog in your pocket.
There you go. Guys, it's easy to get started. Go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app. Sign up with promo code PHNX, and Underdog is going to match your first deposit up to 100 bones.
And the exchange rate is 1-to-1.
1-to-1. If Kyrie Irving... The next game that Kyrie Irving plays after he is traded... Higher on everything.
Oh, well, I'm saying that the Suns and the Nets play next week.
Higher.
Just hammer all of Kyrie's hires. And honestly, probably Devin Booker's. I think you're just going to get just a guard battle in that one.
Oh, my gosh. They both go for 40?
And, yeah, yes. Go Chris Paul higher on assists.
Oh, everybody in the trade.
I think, well, because anybody that's involved in this trade, I think is going to show out in that night.
Jay Crowder?
Jay
How
Crowder.
many drinks at home? Drank?
Yeah. How many tweets will he send in all caps?
Higher than 1.5?
Higher. Taking it higher.
There you go. Guys, again, Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app. Sign up with promo code PHNX, and Underdog is going to match your first deposit up to $100.
Underdog Fantasy. Get it in your pocket.
There you go.
Speaking of getting it in you, go to Burrito Express and get that in you. If you go to Burrito Express, you can buy a $25 gift card and get a free burrito.
Free burrito.
You think any Burrito Express is going to be in that Kyrie trade?
Ooh. I don't think you would even need to send anybody over to the Nets
nice.
if you just traded a Burrito Express location.
Yeah. But I don't want to give up a Burrito Express location.
Yeah.
I think we're getting fleeced in that situation.
I think BE is definitely
better than Kyrie.
It's better
BE is
than
a top
anybody in the
3-point guard in
NBA.
NBA history.
Yeah.
Kyrie,
It's a top 3-point guard.
Kyrie might also be a top 3-point guard in NBA history, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh my
But nah,
gosh.
for real, Burrito Express, the best burritos on the planet. I don't even know what to tell you. Like we said,
Check them out.
If we tell you to do something, just do it. Check them out. They got locations all over the valley. Burrito Express, get it in you.
It is officially time for my favorite segment on Fridays. It's Hot or Not.
We haven't had a good hot or not, like the three of us and Leah.
Are you talking
in
an
a long
argumentative?
time. Well, no,
hot
I
or
just
not?
mean like we haven't had all three of us with Leah on a hot or not in a while.
That's true. That's true. Leah's left us. It's okay.
But I would rather have Leah here than Shane here for hot or not.
Wow.
Just for hot or not, not in general.
He has come after
Just
Shane
in general,
this week.
you're more valuable to hot or not than Shane is, because it could be any two of us up here, but you're the one because of the topics.
But usually when a producer's producing the show, I'm the one giving them topics.
That's true. So I guess
A
it's
lot
not
of
so
the
much about you
time.
Leah
physically
does it
being
all.
here, but
He does it all.
Max is staring through the glass.
Max just vibing. Who's hot this week, Leah?
Okay, well, wow, it's been so long. Oh, okay.
Podcast.
I swear to God,
There's
there
an
is-
easy-
yeah, there is an easy answer here.
Is there?
There is 100% easy answer here.
Make your choice. Make
We'll
your decision.
discuss who the easy answer was after the fact.
I don't like when you say that because then I
Make
feel
your
like I'm
decision.
set up for failure.
You are. Make your decision.
You are set up for failure.
On every Friday, you have
get
to
a
choose.
pick.
You have to choose which one of the three of us is hottest.
Okay, here's the hot one.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't gonna fucking be me.
I thought it was for sure going to be Shane.
So do I. So did I.
That was the easy answer for you?
Well,
Yeah.
I guess
No,
the easy
he's
answer.
not here.
I appreciate it.
The
Well-
easy answer was not me.
So
Why not you?
so it was
I kinda shit on
it
Leah
was
earlier.
maybe gonna be Shawn before, and then he made me feel bad. So then it became Totri.
Well, I got made feel bad to feel bad too.
kidding.
But I
How?
was.
Who
I
made
was
you feel bad?
The chat and Leah. She was like, "Thanks for the support, guys. I'm glad someone appreciates me." I don't know why.
Why
I
did
used
you say
Jacob's
that?
voice. I don't know why I used Jacob's voice for Leah. But what's our first topic?
All right. First topic: All-Star games,
Ooh.
and not one particular one, but like
Them in general?
All-Star games in general.
It's so difficult because
the
it really
idea is good.
yes, the idea is great, and but it really depends on the sport. Like, because football, throwaway Pro Bowl. I'm gonna say not. With the exception, baseball is the only one I care about.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the NBA All-Star game.
Ah,
I love the
are we talking All-Star, like specifically the game, or like
Okay,
All-Star weekend?
I love All-Star weekend.
Yeah, like what are we
So
talking?
are we talking, yeah,
the
are we
specifically
talking
the game or all the
specifically
festivities
game
of
or-
All-Star weekend?
I guess I said All-Star games, so we might as well say the games.
The games are not hot.
The
They're
games
so
are
lame.
the worst part of each All-Star.
I love. Yes, yeah, I 100% agree. I love everything about baseball's All-Star weekend. I just love baseball.
Home run derby. all
Home
that
run
fun
derby.
stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
baseball, it's the only one that has implications.
Not anymore. It used to.
Oh.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, for a while.
Yeah, I did, which is I hated. It makes no sense to me. Why I don't understand why fans should get to vote for players that then get to dictate whether or not a team gets to host the World Series. It should just be the best team. That made no sense to me. But I'm gonna generally say not. There are exhibition games with people who don't want to get hurt. NBA has been better in the last couple of years, I think, but for
It
me, the All-Star
sucks.
weekends are about the festivities.
The All-Star games are awful. I think in principle they're great ideas, but there's just no good way to get like the best players of each sport to care
Yeah, exactly.
enough because it doesn't mean anything.
No.
And like the Pro Bowl specifically hasn't been good since Sean Taylor lit up the punter.
You know who
Like-
that punter was? Buffalo Bills Brian Mormon. It's one of my favorite.
Of course,
He
got leveled.
He did. It is the best thing to ever come out of an All-Star game in any sport, in my opinion, is that hit. And it also speaks to how awesome Sean Taylor
Sean
was.
Taylor, legend.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. R.I.P. Sean Taylor.
Shout out Brian Mormon for popping right back up from the hit, though. Punters are people, too.
Yeah, I'm going to go with All-Star games, not hot.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Okay.
Jerseys, hot, though.
Next topic. Oh my God. NHL All-Star jerseys this year.
And Fuego.
Amazing. Okay, next topic. And I know we're a little early on this, but I had to go.
Oh, God.
What?
Go ahead.
I would love to hear what you think.
No,
I'm
just
gonna
go
say.
ahead. I'm curious. I'll let you know if it was what I
I
thought.
guarantee you it's not.
Okay.
Hot or not, Super Bowl commercials.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? Were you thinking Valentine's Day?
Yeah, that's what
I didn't think. I didn't think
Leah.
Leah was gonna say that, but once you said you thought you knew, I was like, he thinks he's gonna say Valentine's
But
Day.
if you recall, I asked you guys about Valentine's Day last year. But
I'm curious if your opinion on that has
I'm
changed.
curious too because a lot has changed in a
We can
year.
get there next week.
Yeah. Save it for next week.
What was that? Super Bowl commercial. Super Bowl commercial. I'm gonna let you answer because I gotta get on a soapbox for a second.
Super Bowl commercials, I think older ones, like from like 5-10 years ago, were really, really hot. I feel like they've kind of fallen off over the last couple of years. However, I will say it, and we've said it before, I am incredibly too excited to see what Burger King whips out for their Super Bowl commercial.
All right. So I don't know if you know this about me. I have a degree in advertising.
Okay, here we go.
The Super Bowl is my Super Bowl, but for the commercials, I swear to God, if you think that the commercials are a time for y'all to start having a conversation, get the up out the room. I'm here for the ads. I don't care who wins this game. It's not the Bills, so why do I care? I'm there for the ads. I want to know what the Whopper does. I want to know if there's a QR code that's going to pop up back on the screen, and no one's going to know what it is. And
Or when the screen went black and everybody freaked out.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I am here for the Super Bowl commercials. It's what this is about for me. Don't ruin it. Respect. Everyone's there for different reasons. Some people are there from Rihanna.
Yep.
Some people, for the audio listeners, I pointed out myself. Some people are there for the ads. Pointed at myself again. Some people are there for the football. Didn't point at myself because I don't give a shit. I'm there to bet, and I'm there to watch commercials, and I'm there to look at Rihanna and listen to Rihanna.
I love how
Get out of my way.
came before listen to Rihanna.
I do need to just add one thing to Totri's point because I do agree with you, Shawn. I love the commercials. I'd rather get up to go to the bathroom during the game than during the commercials.
Yeah.
However, what I don't like that's been happening the last few years is they're releasing the commercials early.
Yes, I hate
and
that.
that's like that just defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, if you want to tease it a little bit, then maybe.
Yeah, if it's like, especially the ones that are stories that there's multiple
Yes.
commercials throughout the game and they add to a continuing storyline.
Thank you, Jason. Shut your stupid face during Super Bowl
Do you
ads.
know like who was your favorite company like 10 years ago making Super Bowl ads?
Doritos always did really good
Doritos.
ones.
I think GoDaddy had some of the best ones.
But there was one at some point when I was in college. I don't remember what year it was. I think it was Allstate. Listen, as much as I love the ads, I'm also not trying to cry during halftime of the Super Bowl.
Don't make me sad. Don't do Super Bowl is not the time for a sad commercial.
I remember what it was. It was Google Home. Google Home did that shit where there was like the woman that had Alzheimer's and like was forgetting her husband and stuff like that.
Oh my
and they
gosh.
programmed it to play their song. And so they played it. And this woman who didn't know her name or her husband's name was like, "Oh, I remember this." And it was so sad.
That's
and there was an Allstate one years ago where it ended with a little girl dying. What are we doing? I'm here to watch football and laugh at funny commercials. I'm not here to be sad. And then
you
go
said
watch.
you weren't here to watch football.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm not here to be sad. I'm here to go watch grown men run into each other.
If you make me sad during the Super Bowl, like that's just
Ooh.
E-Trade did have some
E-Trade with
solid
the baby?
commercials, Aaron.
Yes.
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 Skittles also had some great ads. Some of the
everyone
best
shows
ads,
out.
some of the best ads that Skittles have ever made did not make it to air because they were just too far out.
Go
there.
look up With No Children in the Room banned Skittles commercials.
Yes, it is phenomenal.
I don't think some of them were definitely not.
Do you
real
know that?
Skittles. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That one is fucking incredible. Go Google it. What is the third topic that we got?
All right, final topic. Gritty, not the dance, the
mascot?
Philadelphia Flyers mascot.
Yes. Hot. I'm here for chaos. And anybody that doesn't like him is a loser. What's the point? He's there to have fun. Like Gritty to me is exactly what every single mascot should be. It maybe minus like the scariness. I don't know if
That's on brand for somebody from Tucson.
That just shook me to my core. Again, for the audio listener, someone commented, "I miss the comfort in being sad. That shit hit in a weird way. I don't want to get there."
Baby.
What were we talking about? God, this is
Gritty,
this is the worst
Gritty,
Cardinal of all time. Remember how I said I was like, Shane's not that valuable?
Shane
is more valuable than I am.
just accidentally shitting on me.
No, it has nothing to do with the topics. These are great
this
topics.
is the worst hot or not of all time.
This is us. Yeah, this is the great. I love the Super Bowl commercials. That might be an all-time topic.
Shane, come back.
Shane, come back.
Help us.
Gritty. Yes. Yeah. Like I said, this has nothing to do with you, Leah. I love him. I think Gritty is everything. Is just chaos. And he's his own. He's bigger than the team. More people. I guarantee you, more people know who Gritty are than the Philadelphia Flyers, or can name a player. There's more people that can name the mascot of the Flyers than can name a player on the Flyers, and I guarantee you that.
I just love his social media presence. I think he's got a phenomenal social media presence. To your point, I do think all mascots should be like Gritty, but I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't like mascots in general. So for that reason, I'm going to say not hot.
You going to say that to Sparky's face?
Yeah, I'll tell Sparky that.
Sparky will stab you in the heart with
Did you know there's like 5 different Sparkies?
Of course.
Yeah, I just think mascots are dumb, but that's just me.
You know who Tim Kirkshin is?
No. Should I?
He's one of the highest. He's one of the most well-known baseball reporters. So maybe not. His son was Otto the Orange. I knew a lot of Otto the Orange.
Well, we got Syracuse.
There are weird people.
I mean, so is Otto the Orange like legit just an orange?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Anthony Totri.
Oh, God.
Because no, Otto the Orange is not an orange. He is the embodiment of the color orange. And you might be asking, what does that mean? I would respond, I don't know. I don't know what that means. It seems like bullshit. But their mascot was really racist before that, so they had to change it to something. Otto's the GOAT, though. Otto is the GOAT. It's mostly women that are Otto, fun fact. Because you can't be too tall. There's like height restrictions. So I could never have been Otto. Although my mom thought I was going to be for some reason.
I could have probably been Otto.
You know what's the worst part of that is they don't, like, Syracuse is very secretive about who the Ottos are. So even though I knew Ottos, I didn't know until senior night on the basketball team. That's when they revealed the Ottos. These people would fuck with me all the time. I had one of the Ottos come up to me, dump popcorn on my head, and then hand me a broom and dustpan to sweep it up myself.
That's fucked. That is super fucked.
But also why I love Gritty, because he embodies chaos. And I love chaos. It's what sports are. None of this shit's that serious. Like, what are you upset? What are you upset about? Unless you're scared of him, which I think is childish, but whatever. Shout out Marissa, I believe, from DNVR. She's the one that's scared of mascots.
There's some scared of mascots.
Yeah, there's some scary.
That's fine. Mac's scared of goats.
Losers.
Yeah, it is.
Marissa's not a loser. I don't really know you like that, so I can't call you a loser. Mac's a loser though. I'll say it to her face when we get off this.
Nice. Guys, that's hot or not. I do have one more question for you.
Oh God.
But before that, I want to tell y'all about Four Peaks. Guys, the Super Bowl is right around the corner, like we've been talking about, and there's no better place to go watch the game than the Four Peaks 8th Street Pub. While you're there, you can check out some of their new beers. The Recreational Juice Dank IPA goes crazy. The Staycation Super Juicy IPA goes crazy. I've said it before. I'm more of an IPA guy just because you get the taste of beer, but also a little bit of the fruitiness in it. It is smooth. It's sweet. Goes crazy, just like the food does at Four Peaks 8th Street Pub, whether it be the chicken tendies, some wraps, some salad, some dip. All of the goods are over at Four Peaks, guys. Go check it out. You got to be 21 or older, though, to drink.
Four Peaks, get in. The only problem I have with Four Peaks, though, is like you can't just be like, I'm bringing. Well, you can because it's all good. Yeah. But like if someone's like, I'm bringing Four Peaks, it's like, but like which one?
Yeah,
like,
that's true. That's true. You need to be a little bit more
like 10 different flavors I would drink in any given situation. So get in. And you know where has Four Peaks, or what place, I guess, has Four Peaks on tap?
Tell me.
Mavericks and Octane. And you can watch the big game at Mavericks with dozens of 4K TVs, 20-foot Jumbotron, 5,000 square foot restaurant featuring a chef-curated menu, craft beers, and custom cocktails. They got like a pizza, like a brick oven for pizza. It's actually a good pizza. I ain't even going to front with you. Imagine being like a Chiefs fan or an Eagles fan.
Can't imagine.
I can't either, but try your hardest. And then you lose the Super Bowl. You're sad.
Someone's
gonna lose. You know what you can do? You could take your anger out on a bunch of small children on the go-kart track and just run laps around him.
Or me. I'm just awful at the go-karts.
I was gonna make a bad joke. But I decided against it. I'm getting better at that. Yeah, check them out. Check them out. Enjoy the Super Bowl experience at Mavericks, and you can book in advance at mavericks.com/thebiggame. We've been there before. It's even bigger than I realized. Like I didn't realize how all the outdoor areas they have.
It's a lot of fun, and like we said already, I'm not personally the most giant fan of the go-karts, but that's just me. But they've got stuff literally for everybody.
Yeah, we didn't even try the laser tag.
No.
Are you?
I've done laser tag there. It is
crazy.
epic. Yeah.
Are you a laser tag person? Like,
I would fuck around with laser tag.
I think I'm pretty terrible at laser tag. I don't think
My friends and I played against a drunk bachelorette party. It was amazing.
You had to have dog walked him, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
But it was fun.
Yeah. Leah's also quite the bowler.
Yes.
I'm also good at cornhole.
She is.
Just
Leah's
saying.
good at a lot of things. Maybe not bringing up U of A at appropriate times, but
better than Dan.
You guys were literally talking about Dallas.
no.
Hey, she's not wrong.
I know.
Last question before we get out of
hold
here.
on.
Yes.
Mavericks and Octane, get in it.
Get in it?
Get in it.
There you go. Okay. Last question. And I want chat to get involved with this one. Don't be scared.
I'm scared every time.
Why?
It's like getting on a plane. Even though I know it's not going to crash, it's always the possibility.
Every time this is a plane crash of a show.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
No, it's more like Captain Sully. Like it's something gone wrong, but we landed.
Okay. You are trapped in a mall.
Oh, God.
For 24 hours.
Oh, is this I think I know where you're going with this.
And you could choose between two things.
The gorillas.
1 silverback gorilla.
Easy.
Or 5 black mambas.
It's literally not a question. If you say the black mambas, you're an idiot.
So you'd rather be trapped with the gorilla?
100% in a mall? Okay. Absolutely. At least you can see that motherfucker coming. The snake's going to pop up out the toilet and bite your ass and gonzo. It's going to slither through under doors and stuff. All you got to do is stay up out the way of the gorilla.
Like, you know where it's at. You know where it's at.
I would sit in a dark closet for 24 hours and not be worried about a gorilla. I'd be worried that a snake would come under the door at any given point. Absolutely not. And you can there's no hiding from a snake. You can hide from a gorilla. There's areas that a human can get into that a gorilla might not be able to. That's not true for a snake.
Getting in anywhere.
Getting anywhere.
Where are you hiding though in this scenario, right? Obviously you got 24 hours. Where in the mall are you trying to post up at here?
Dave & Buster's.
There's a Dave & Buster's at the mall?
I don't know I'm talking to generic mall. I don't know what mall we're talking about.
I'm more confused. Where have you been at a mall where there's a Dave & Buster's?
Really?
Well, would you count Desert Ridge and Tempe Marketplace as malls?
I wouldn't know. I'm talking like
all indoor.
Fashion Square. Let's say Fashion Square.
The big mall in Syracuse has a Dave & Buster's inside, so that's kind of my frame of reference. No, and the big one in Buffalo has a Dave & Buster's inside as well.
Okay, Arrowhead Mall.
So a Dave & Buster's would be fun because you at least get to play a little bit. Maybe the grill.
Bro, if I'm trapped in a mall for 24 hours with a silverback gorilla, I am not fucking around at a Dave & Buster's.
I don't know if they have one here, but at both the Syracuse and Buffalo Mall, they have like an indoor go-karting place. I would just find a go-kart and just whip that. I'd turn that motherfucker into Mario Kart. Get out of I'll throw shells and banana peels at Donkey Kong's ass. I'm gonna whip it around, and then Jason Wright.
Wetzel's Pretzels.
I'm gonna make friends with the gorilla. You're not.
What are we talking about?
I'm gonna just throw them.
How are you making friends with a silverback gorilla?
Auntie Anne's pretzels. No one's ever been upset eating Auntie Anne's.
You're gonna get murked, dude.
No, you're gonna be busy eating.
No, you're gonna be on a t-shirt somewhere after Harambe's done with you. Like, that's absolutely what's happening. You're not gonna make friends with a gorilla.
You could though. You're not.
No, you can't.
Nah.
What are we talking about?
You can't.
You're gonna make no. How are you making friends with a fucking silverback gorilla, Shawn?
Gorilla. I know you think I'm joking. The thing, but I'm saying is
you have to be.
No, there's ways to like communicate with a gorilla. Like gorillas aren't naturally like aggressive animals. They're not gonna fuck with you unless you give them a reason to. They might try to intimidate you, but unless you're like showing your teeth at them and trying to fuck with them, they're probably not gonna fuck with you. Snakes are snakes, dog. They're snakes. They're always there. Their whole purpose here is to be assholes. You can't. There's no communicating with a snake. You could.
How the fuck are you communicating with a gorilla?
Throw a hot dog, dog. It'll go over there.
Throw a hot dog.
It'll go over there. The snakes are just there.
But that's not making friends with it. That's feeding it.
That's a great way to make. You telling me
what's to stop it? You get close enough to throw it a hot dog. What is stopping it?
What kind of weak arm do you got? I'll be 100 yards away. You're
not eating a glizzy 100 yards.
I don't need it to be 100 yards. I don't need it to be 100 yards from me. I need it to be just away from me.
You're getting murked at the
Listen,
ball,
you're not making friends with the silverback. You don't know gorillas, dog. You don't know.
You do?
Yes. I know a lot of random shit, and I know that gorillas are not necessarily naturally aggressive animals. The only time they get aggressive with human beings is when they feel threatened. As long as you don't threaten it, if you get near a black mamba, it is ending you.
I'm picking the gorilla.
The snake has unsubscribed you from life. That's not necessarily happening with a gorilla. It would if you give the gorilla a reason to. But on face, it's not going to.
So you would rather try and make friends with the gorilla than hide from it?
Oh, no, I would definitely try and hide. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
that's what I'm
you
saying,
end up
yeah.
in a like a corner. Well, not a corner. You end up in a corner with either of these things. GG's. But I'm just saying, like, you're on one end of the mall, you're on the other, you see the gorilla coming. That's way easier to manage than ooh.
Yo, the questions in the chat are fucking hilarious. Zona Tucson, but we're trapped in the mall with the gorilla. We have to actively avoid it. Charles, does the hot dog have ketchup on it? And Jason, how about the Lego store? Those hurt to step on. Gorilla gonna bounce.
True. The snakes will just slither through the Legos.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any question. You got to go with the gorilla, but I don't know about Shawn out here making friends with the gorilla. I don't know.
I would not try to, but I'm just saying, like, if you're in a situation where there's one gorilla in a corner and cornering you and 5 black mambas, and you got like a hot dog or an Auntie Anne's pretzel, that's only saving you from the gorilla. It's not saving you from the snakes, and that's facts.
Okay, I don't know if it's facts.
It is facts.
I don't know. If you guys
They don't care about hot dogs.
If you guys
Gorillas love hot
enjoyed the
dogs.
content, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow the man who's on a plane at Shane Deef, and you can follow Shawn DePause at Shawn_DePause.
Befriending primates like this one, as always.
We will see you guys Saturday for an ASU basketball post-game show as the Devils look to take down the Ducks. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.